we are going to dive into this right here. This is a Canon camera. It's the Rebel T7, and this is a camera that is going to elevate all of your photography that you take. Whether you're an amateur or maybe you're a little bit more advanced, the Canon Rebel T7 truly is something for everybody that you can use. This is the perfect DSLR to introduce if you're gonna be going on a summer vacation and you wanna take a ton of great photos, but you want them to be just a little bit better. And by a little bit, I mean a lot better than your typical cell phone camera. This is the one that you're going to want to go with. Now, you see in front of me here on the table, it's not just about the Canon camera. We're giving you an amazing bundle here that's exclusive to QVC. And that's going to include your choice in color in which of the tripod stands you want. You could choose either that blue or you could choose that red. It's a fantastic stand. It wraps around everything, and we're gonna dive into that over this next hour. You're going to get that memory card that's gonna come included with this. So that's a 64 gigabyte SanDisk memory card that is a part of this bundle. Not only are you getting the body of the camera, which, hey, I by mistake have bought in cameras that didn't come with lenses. This comes with an 18 to 55 millimeter lens as well. That's part of it. The carrying case is gonna come included, so you could take all your goodies with you. Your charging cable so that you have one, not just for the US, but if you're going abroad somewhere, we've got that UK cable in there as well. So that is gonna be a part of this. Lenses for your filters, and you're also going to get an accessory voucher that is gonna give you things like photo lessons, all a part of this bundle. It comes to you in a sale price of $449.98. However, if we were to add all of that up separately, like Pizzap Pro and Duplicate Photo Sweeper, you've got the Creative Photo Composition online course in here. If you were to add up that and all the accessories, $763.85, but we're gonna save you some money today. It is available for $449.98 or FISE payments of $90. This also is going to be a fantastic offer for you today if you are going to be putting this on your Q card, because if you are, 12 months special financing is going to be a part of that offer. So everything you see on the table is coming included, and of course this right here is coming included as well, a DSLR camera. Now, why would you want something like this versus something that's on your phone? Some people may say, hold on a second, that's a bulky camera. No, it's actually not. This is an incredibly portable camera, and this is also Canon's top-selling camera out there. The Rebel T7 came out 5 years ago, and the way that it was designed, it was actually designed so that this was going to be something that put all of the absolute best features from Canon, a name that we know and love and have trusted for decades, and they put it inside of this incredible body. But what they didn't do was jack up the price on it, because what they took out of the camera was a lot of the fluff that you'll see in other more expensive $1,500, $2,000 Canon cameras, and they gave you all the essentials that you need to be able to get started with photography. I personally love a DSLR over anything else because of a couple of different reasons. First of all, the ability to be able to zoom in and out on that lens, and that lens gives you a more crystal clear image. When I tell you I just got back from a trip, I kid you not, I think it was about 12 hours ago at this point that I just got home. I was in the UK this weekend. I was actually in England, and I had this camera with me every step of the way, and I took some photos while I was there. I literally just came back from the printer an hour ago to get this. I wasn't sure if this was even gonna be in the show today because it was that fresh and new right off the printer. These are some photos that I took while I was away this weekend on my Canon Rebel T7. And a couple of things that I wanna call right out in the beginning as we look at Big Ben there, it's the level of detail inside of this photo that really stands out and makes a difference for you when it comes to photography. You have that 24 megapixel camera here. The best camera in an iPad, in an iPhone, is a 12 megapixel. This is 24, so it's gonna be double that. Because don't get me wrong, I know that cell phone cameras are really impressive these days, but they still don't hold up to what a DSLR can do. Take a look at that, right on the front of Buckingham Palace there. That detail again, the vividness is what's so impressive about this. And I want you to keep in mind that the photo that I printed here, this was blown up quite a bit. This is a 12 by 18 size photo. So think about the 5 by 7s that you're gonna have. When you take pictures and things are compressed a little bit smaller, they're going to be a lot more clear. And so when we're talking about photos like that, it's really gonna be something impressive that you have hanging on your walls. Maybe you're gonna use this camera for work. I think of my mom, she works in adult daycare. And for her to be able to have a DSLR like this, to be able to capture all the activities that they do, to post up onto social media, it really is an important piece and an important piece of technology to be able to bring with you and to be able to have, because it's the colors that you're able to pull out of this. What makes the Canon Rebel so different than other cameras that are out there, especially other point and shoot cameras that are out there, are the fact that you can play with the colors. It has such a wide range of being able to capture the different colors that we take or when we take our photos, that it allows for you to be able to make a lot of edits and a lot of adjustments. Over this next hour, we're really gonna get creative here. We're gonna play around and take some photos in the studio. I'm gonna throw them into my computer and we're gonna do some editing. And throughout this entire show, please feel free to head on over to Facebook. We're live on QVC Live. If you search for that on Facebook, dial in. Let us know where you're watching from. Feel free to ask any questions. Maybe you're a photographer. Maybe you're somebody who is a want-to-be photographer. We would love to hear from you. So that Facebook chat is open. Make sure you head on over there and chat with us as we are live here throughout the show, talking about our Canon Rebel T7. I want to go through some of the settings that are on here, but in order to do that, I first want to get up and actually take a couple of photos around the set. There's a few things that I want to go ahead and call out for you and show you. And as we're doing that, we're then going to go over, and I have my laptop over here at this table, and we're going to actually edit these photos together, because being able to take your camera out and to go ahead and snap a few photos is one thing, but to be able to then edit them is another. Not every camera is made equally, and because of that, you want to make sure you have a camera like the T7 that allows for you to be able to take that SD card, plug it into your iPad, plug it into your computer, and have enough inside of that photo, enough knowledge inside of that photo to be able to tweak around with it and edit any way that you want to. So let's take a look at this right here. We'll go with the jewelry, for example. I'm at first just going to shoot in these auto settings. So I love the auto settings on my camera because it's something where you can truly just point and shoot. The nice thing about this camera is you've got a viewfinder on the top, but you also have that LCD screen that's located on the bottom of this as well. That is a 3-inch LCD screen. You're going to interact with it using the arrows on the side of it. And so when I take a photo, like of this little greenery inside of here, I'm gonna adjust my lens, snap it in that auto mode, and then I can take a look at that LCD screen and see it. If I wanna go back to it at any point, I can just go ahead and hit that button, and there it is. You can check it. You can zoom in and out if you want to and make sure that that photo looks good. So it's that instantaneous gratification, the instant of being able to know that, yeah, that's a great photo, or maybe I want to take another one in a different angle. Maybe we want to go with like a landscape mode instead. Well, we can do that as well. And so we're just snapping a couple of photos here, getting a couple things to show off some of the detail, some things to show off the range of how wide we can actually go with this camera. But also, I'm going to take that same photo again to show just how close up we can go. Now, you saw me take those photos. Let's input them into the computer, and I want you to see how quickly you can go from using your DSLR to being able to edit your photos, to be able to edit your videos. I'm using an Apple MacBook in order to go ahead and edit all of my content right now. Now, this MacBook, you can use a PC, you can use a MacBook Pro, a MacBook Air, really not gonna matter. It's whatever you like. This is gonna work with any computer, any tablet that's out there. My computer, I just got a little adapter, as you can see. I just found that. You can go and find it at so many different stores. We even have some, I think, on QVC.com, where you could plug in your SD card into something like this, and it will allow for you then to go ahead and actually look at the content that you just picked up, that you just created. The program that I like to edit in is a program called Photos. That's something that you'll find on your Mac. I'm just gonna let this load up here, and then we'll turn it around and show you just how easy it is to be able to go from taking pictures with that DSLR to then being able to edit them. So right here on the bottom are gonna be some of those photos that I just took. Now, I just gotta fully load them. This SD card's got a lot of stuff on it, so it's just taking a second to load it all, and then we can go through it. Let's go with that last photo that we did. I'm gonna import these last couple of them, actually, because I wanna show you all of the different reasons why you're going to love this DSLR and how it makes such a big difference for you. Let's take a look at these right here. The last picture that I just took was this one. which showed you that wide angle. So what you can see there is on that 18 to 55 millimeter lens, this is what it looks like at the widest point. Some behind the scenes here of our studio as we're shooting in what is our live studio audience spot. If you've ever been to QVC before and you've been in any of these seats, that's the room that we're in right now. But I can see, and then, oh, do we have Kyle in the background there? There, you made it. Right there in the back. We can even zoom in on that. You can see, as there he is, chilling out all the way over there in the back behind camera 14. As I move over this way, this is how much I zoomed in. So that 18 to 55 millimeter lens does give you the ability to get those wide shots, to get those up close shots as well. That was without me doing any further editing, any further cropping. That is what you're going to get naturally with the lens. Not something that you get with every camera that's out there to have that wide of a range of 18 to 55 millimeters, but here with our Canon Rebel T7, you do. Now let's take a look at this photo here. Okay, absolutely stunning, the jewelry that's on here with a lot of detail. A lot of product shots, food shots, have a lot of detail to them. And so what I'm gonna do is zoom in on this because I want you to show you, look at how clear that is. That is that little necklace that is hanging on that little jewelry rack over there. And as I zoom in, you can see just how stunning it is. But I also want to point out the depth that we can see within here. You could see and be able to tell which one is in front of the other. You can see things a little bit more clearly as the background is a little bit more blurred there. The reason that we enjoy that feature so much was because, again, I was shooting in auto. It truly is that point and shoot, set it, forget it, don't have to worry about it whatsoever type of camera. That's why I love Canon so much, is because if you are a beginner, this camera is perfect for you. This is actually the best one and most popular one for any Canon user that's out there, for any camera enthusiast, amateur. This is gonna be perfect. But if you've got a little bit of skill level to you as well, that's okay, because this body has taken the best parts of all the other Canon cameras that are out there, combined it into an affordable entry-level price point. But what you can do is you can add any Canon lens to this. If you wanna go out and get a $40,000 Canon lens and put it on this camera, you could do that as well, no problem whatsoever. Now, while we don't have that $40,000 lens coming inside of this bundle, we do have some pretty incredible accessories with this as well. I want to go back over and show you what they are, and then also tell you what you're going to do when you get this at home, because it's going to take you maybe 5-6 minutes to be able to go from opening up the box to getting this completely configured and ready for you. Let's go through the offer of what we're getting here. This stand is the tripod that's coming included in this. It's got a red base to it. It's completely flexible and bendable as well. So if you want to take this and you want to use maybe 1 or 2 of these, you want to pop that back in and use all 3 of them. Maybe you want to use this to be able to wrap around something. You could do that as well, because these little sides, the little grips, they move up and down and can be totally bent and are flexible in so many different ways for you to be able to use this great tripod on the go. This is a really great tripod to be able to use if it's just you shooting and maybe you're traveling around somewhere and you want to get a picture of you in front of a monumental place. This is the way to be able to do it. We give you that SD card that is going to be a 64 gigabyte SD card that comes included. You have, of course, the Canon camera T7 body and the lens as well. It's an 18 to 55 millimeter lens. The big thing about that is not every Canon camera that is out there comes with lenses. Oftentimes you're just buying the body alone, but these lenses are completely interchangeable. Any Canon camera that you have, you can take that off and change it to any other Canon lens or any third-party compatible Canon lens that's out there. So nice that you can really grow with this, get lenses in that are pretty specific. It's an EF mount. If you're somebody who has some lenses at home, that is the type of lens that we have on here. You get the carry case that's included with this. We're going to give you lens filters. I'm going to show you what they do because they're really fun and a really great way to get creative with your photography. And then you also get the 2 different plugs. The UK version and the US version is all coming included with this. I saw some people online that were asking questions about the UK version. Those 2 plugs, one in the US, one for the UK, so you're going to be able to use them. And perfect example of that is I was literally just in London this weekend and was able to recharge this just plugging into wall there. So I love and appreciate that we gave that to you, especially for somebody who loves to travel. This is really something that's perfect for you. Once you get it home, and by the way, Oh, wow. We already have less. I mean, the last couple of minutes, a couple have already been out the door at the sale price. Let me explain that to you, too, because we only have 103 of these remaining. Keep in mind, it's